Hi, first grade. Today we're going to be finishing up our conga drum picture. So you're going to need your 2 drums that you made and your big painted piece of paper. And today we're going to make some tropical leaves, and then we're going to put it all together. So I've got this big green piece of paper. I'm actually going to fold it in half so that when I draw my leaves and cut them out, I'll get 2 leaves. Okay, so the way to draw a tropical leaf is first, I would draw just an ordinary big leaf. And I'm going to do 2 of those. They don't have to be the same size. Okay, so next, sorry, I had to find my eraser. You're going to put some, you're going to like scoop out some parts of the leaf. And this is where we'll cut. So I'm just kind of going diagonal and making those scoops. So if I erase this line each time, which you don't have to if you remember to cut into the leaf, you'll see that it's going to look like it's tropical. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing on this leaf. I'm not going to erase those lines. I know where to cut, but if you need to erase, go ahead. So I'm just leaving some space each time. And the scoops kind of get bigger as you go down. Can you see that? They go from small to medium to big. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these out. Oh my goodness, I just threw my scissors. That's not a good thing to do. Okay, we're going to cut. First, I'm going to cut this in half so I can do one at a time. So it's up to you how you want to do it. If you want to cut the whole outside out first, you can. And then just work on cutting out those scooped areas. So if it's too hard for you to do this way, I'll do the next one a different way. Because you have to make sure you keep the leaves together as you're cutting, or you're going to get, they're not going to be the same, which they wouldn't have to be the same. Or you can just draw one at a time and cut out one at a time. It's up to you. So I can still see some pencil lines on the top one, so I can always just flip it over and use the back of it. All right, so there's 2 leaves done. Now this one, I'll cut out the scoops as I go, and this might be easier for you to do. Uh, can you see how when I cut, I'm turning the paper? So I'm not turning the scissors as much. I mean, I'm turning them, but I'm turning the paper also, and that makes it easier to cut those out. So whenever you're doing something curved, it helps if you turn the paper along with the scissors. All right, now let me clean up these scraps. All right, so now I have 4 leaves, and I just want to give them some lines to make them stand out a little bit better. So I'm going to use a green, a white, and a yellow to help make them stand out. So I'm going to start with the green. I'm just going to go straight up and then kind of into the scoop parts. And then I'm going to do yellow. Doesn't matter if they overlap. And then I'm going to do white. Oops. It just gives the leaves a little bit of texture when we do that. All right, so I'm going to quickly do the rest. And the great part is you don't have to be exact. It doesn't have to look exactly the same. You can even be a little sloppy. Okay, 2 done. All right, so now my leaves are finished. So now I have to get my leaves, my drums, and my big painted paper. Now you're not going to be able to see the whole thing on your screen. You're going to be able to see a lot of it, but the paper is very large. So I'm going to put my drums on it, and they're going to overlap a little bit at the bottom. So they're going to be tilted a little bit. So I'm going to glue those down, and then I'm going to start laying my leaves where I want them. So I think I'll put one in the center, and then I've got 2 on the sides and 1 more at the top. So next, all you have to do is glue everything on, and then you'll have a finished picture. So I will take a picture of this and post it under the video so you can see the final product. All right, I hope you had fun making the drums. I'll see you next week. Have a great week.